Hey there, it's St. Louis Post-Dispatch restaurant critic Ian Froeb, back with another off-the-menu video digest of my review, brought to you by Midas. Well, this week I am in Town and Country to visit Cooper's Hawk Winery and Restaurant. Now, there is not exactly a winery on the premises of Cooper's Hawk Winery and Restaurant, but this small upscale national chain, what they do is they bring in grapes from across the country to a facility in Illinois where they are based, and they make and bottle the wines there. And these are the only wines you can get in the restaurant. And they run the gamut from, the basic grape varieties that you would find in the grocery store, or really any wine list, the big names, Cabernet, Merlot, Chardonnay, etc. They also do some sparkling wines, some fruit wines, if you're in the mood for plum wine, for example. And when you walk into the restaurant, you actually walk into what looks like the kind of tasting room, tasting bar that you would find in an actual winery. In fact, there are bottles everywhere you can purchase. You can walk up to this one bar. There's no seats, but you can try any of the wines. There are even spit buckets there and some crackers to clean your palate. Now, the restaurant itself, it's kind of a strange beast. It's a huge menu, sprawling menu. Flatbread pizzas, not actual pizzas, pastas, steaks, chicken, pork, seafood, several pages of dishes. There's even a section of dishes for, I think it's called Life Balance, where each dish is under 600 calories. There's no real governing purpose to the menu, though. There's no sort of philosophy. What you see here are what are called the Asian pork belly tostadas. It's an appetizer, an award-winning appetizer, the menu claims, although it doesn't specify which award. And here you kind of see some of the problems that I have with the restaurant. First, the whole idea of this fusion dish, Asian pork belly tostadas, is just kind of dated. I mean, these are the kinds of things people were doing early last decade and even in the late 90s. I mean, these are old ideas. And even if they're old ideas, I guess you can still do them well, but these aren't. I mean, that sort of generic Asian, I'm making little quotes with my fingers as I say that, Asian pork belly, or what does Asian even mean in this context? It's just kind of a very sweet, supposed chili barbecue sauce. The pork belly doesn't really, it's cut too small, the pieces, to really convey that pork belly fattiness. Here you see one of the entrees, another one of their sort of signature entrees, the soy ginger salmon over wasabi buttered potatoes. Again, very outdated idea of the wasabi potatoes. And again, it's not done very well. You can't taste the wasabi. The salmon is just kind of past medium, even getting into medium well or well done, where to my taste at least, salmon isn't as attractive a piece of fish when it's that cooked. It just has an unpleasant taste. The menu as a whole, there's some sort of inoffensive dishes that are your best bet. There's a chicken giardiniera, which is okay. There's a churrasco rubbed steak that's, you can't really taste the rub, which is a chimichurri rub. Chimichurri rub, it's called the churrasco steak. But you can't really taste the rub, but it's still a decent piece of meat. Generally, though, it's just the restaurant, especially at its prices, is kind of on the disappointing side. And the wine, it's just not any better than what you would probably pick up from the grocery store. If you are a wine connoisseur, Cooper's Hawk is not a wine label that you're going to be seeking out. You can read my entire review at stltoday.com or pick up a copy of Go this week. And I will be back next week with yet another off-the-menu video digest review. Thanks.
Brought to you by Midas. They'll tell you what you need and what can wait. Trust the Midas touch.